In the top stories, the public is being invited to a special music festival edition of the Agri Night Market. A UK government report says that more than 180 gangs are active in Trinidad and Tobago, and Britain, France, and Germany have warned that China's activity near Taiwan threatens regional stability. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Wednesday, June 24th. I'm Zai Hendrickson. As excitement builds for the St. Kitts Music Festival, the Ministry of Agriculture is inviting the public to its Agri Night Market Music Festival edition this evening at the Bastia Public Market. The event runs from 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. and will feature a wide range of specially locally produced goods from farmers, agri-processors, as well as small businesses. Patrons will also have an opportunity to sample local cuisine, shop for fresh produce, and support entrepreneurs ahead of the festival weekend. Organizers say the night market will combine food, culture, and entertainment with local performances scheduled to provide live entertainment throughout the evening. Continuing locally, Minister with responsibility for sustainable development, the environment, and climate action, Dr. Joyelle Clark, said her ministry has a critical role to play in shaping the Federation's future. Speaking at a recent energy policy mixer, Dr. Clark said energy security is central to St. Kitts and Nevis's sustainable island state agenda and cannot be separated from the country's broader development goals.
The Ministry of Environment and the Ministry of Sustainable Development have been leading on the Sustainable Island State agenda for St. Kitts and Nevis. And one of the key roles or key parts of the CISA agenda is energy security. And if you have listened to the Minister of Energy, you would hear him saying over and over that if we solve energy, we're going to solve three other critical challenges that St. Kitts and Nevis faces. Importantly, the Ministry of Environment, because we host the Global Environmental Facility, or we're the focal point, we were able to secure this funding for the SKN 100 project. So that's really our institutional role in this project, but it's also a recognition that environment and climate resilience has so much to do with energy security. So we continue to play a supportive and role with the Ministry of Energy.
Dr. Clark's comments come as the Federation continues to pursue a major renewable energy project aimed at reducing dependence on imported fossil fuels and strengthening long-term energy security. Still on the local scene, the Ministry of Agriculture has received a donation of animal feed that officials say will help support livestock farmers and boost agriculture production across St. Kitts and Nevis. The donation was made by the ECGC, Eastern Caribbean, and fees will be used as part of the development program targeting the livestock sector. Agricultural officials say the support comes at an important time, as efforts continue to strengthen local food production and improve the resilience of the Federation's farming community. The ministry also noted that partnerships with the private sector companies such as ECGC help farmers respond to the growing demand for locally produced meat as well as other livestock products. The donation forms part of ongoing collaborations between the agricultural sector and industry partners aimed at improving food security as well as supporting sustainable agricultural development. Moving along regionally, a new United Kingdom government assessment has linked gangs to about one-third of all murders in Trinidad and Tobago and has warned that organized crime remains a major national security challenge. The report estimates that more than 180 gangs are operating across the Twin Island Republic, with an estimated membership of about 107 people. The assessment identifies gang activity as being most concentrated economically disadvantaged communities in and around Port of Spain, along the east-west corridor, but notes that violence has spread to other parts of the country, including Tobago. Researchers also found that gangs are involved in a range of criminal activities, including murder, kidnapping, extortion, human trafficking, and illegal firearms trade. The report also raises concerns about the recruitment of young people, with sources indicating that some gangs target children as young as 12 years old. The assessment further notes that people who refuse to join gangs, attempt to leave them, or challenge their authority can become targets for violence. While acknowledging the existence of anti-gang laws and specialized police units, The report says law enforcement agencies continue to face significant challenges in containing the organized crime. Moving along regionally, OECS leaders are considering a temporary suspension of the common external tariff on some imports as they look for ways to reduce the cost of living across the sub-region. OECS chairman and Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown said the proposal would allow member states to source some goods more affordably from countries such as Panama and the Dominican Republic. Brown said the OECS Commission has been asked to identify products that could benefit from a temporary suspension of the tariff before approaching CARICOM. This initiative forms part of a broader effort to address rising prices and ease the cost of living pressures across the region. The proposal emerged from discussions during the recent OECS summit in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Moving along internationally, 3 major European powers have expressed concern over China's recent activities near Taiwan, warning that the action could threaten regional stability. Great Britain, France, and Germany issued a rare joint statement after China deployed Coast Guard patrols east of the self-ruled island earlier this month. The 3 countries said that activities raised concern about freedom of navigation, maritime safety, and the potential for unilateral changes to the status quo. China described the operation as a maritime traffic enforcement as well as a server mission. However, Chinese state media said the move was intended as a warning to Japan and the Philippines over maritime boundary discussion in disputed waters. Tensions in the region have also risen this week after China sent its newest aircraft carrier to the Taiwan Strait as Taiwan began military exercises simulating a response to the possible attack. Beijing continues to claim Taiwan as part of its territory and has not ruled out the use of force to bring the island under its control. Continuing internationally, the head of the United Nations nuclear watchdog says international inspectors will return to Iran before under the terms country's preliminary peace agreement with the United States. International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi said work is now on the way to finalize the timing, procedures as well as locations for the inspections. The agreement specifically requires that Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium diluted under the IAEA supervision. However, Iran has stated that access to the damaged nuclear facilities and nuclear materials will be addressed during negotiations with Washington. The agreement also provides the resumption of shipping through the Strait of Hormuz and lifting U.S. naval blockades and Iranian ports. Signs of easing tensions have already emerged in global energy markets, with Brent crude oil falling below $75 a barrel for the first time since the conflict began. The United Nations has also stated that ships have also started moving to the Strait of Hormuz as efforts to evacuate thousands of sailors stranded during the war. Now for a look at the weather. Today is partly cloudy conditions and a few passing showers, which are expected across St. Kitts and Nevis over the next 24 hours. Low-level moisture moving through the area will support periods of cloudiness as well as brief showers today and tonight. Both daytime and overnight conditions are forecasted to carry a moderate chance of showers. Today's high temperature reached 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, whilst tonight's low is expected to be 24 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be from the east at 19 to 33 kilometers per hour, with occasional gusts of up to 46 kilometers per hour. Seas are running at 4 to 6 feet. Sunset this evening is at 6:48, with sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:39. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Zai Hendrickson.